Hello and welcome. In this video I want to show you the knitting pattern for this scrappy heart. And we're going to have a walkthrough and talk a bit about the story behind it and everything else you probably would like to know. Hi, I'm Maren. I'm the designer at Knitterista and I'm also a modern maker just like you. Let's chat a bit about the story, okay? This pattern is actually part of the trial app, and that's a program I ran for the first time in June 2022. It's all about triangular shawl shapes and how to improve the classic triangular in a way that it won't slip off your shoulders. It really annoyed me. I had to find out, and I want to share everything I did by learning and experimenting. And yes, the heart shape is one that proved to be very helpful in that way. I wanted to give you a pattern that helps you to unleash your creativity, but in a way that you still feel safe and secure, and you end up with a design that feels like you really want to wear it. And that's not an easy task, to be honest. Still, I think I succeeded. I want to show you a bit the lovely details that were really important for me, because there's one thing to shape a certain form, but then you need those lovely details to make it shine. So this one got a beautiful spine and border. It goes all around, which is very unusual for a shape like this. You knit this border in a certain way, and those are the things that I really love the most. So what I personally love about this pattern is that because it is a recipe pattern, you can also knit it in all sizes. So you can start here with a very tiny heart, and just to find out if you like the texture, creating with your yarn and your needles, and use it as an add-on for your gift wrap. I bet everybody will love that, and I know my mom will for sure when she gets her Mother's Day present. You can also make a little bit bigger one for stuffed animals and dolls. I feel like it's a fun bandana for them to wear. Just make a knot in behind. Of course, you can also make a bandana like that for yourself. I made one too, and this one just works as you saw it with a rabbit. Just make a knot in the back. It's always looking good, especially I think tucked under a jacket. And yeah, of course, you can make a big one, like the one I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna stand up for you guys so you see it. So this is really a full-grown shawl. The pattern itself will also give you instructions how to make a fade like this, and I will release more videos to talk a bit about yarn choices and to talk about how to choose your colors depending on what kind of effect you want to have. So another thing you can do, just to show you that too, is to marl, working with two strands of yarn, and then you get a bit different looking fade. Let's talk about the construction and have a deep look at it, at the small one. I explained to you how to do the whole thing. All right, I want to show you how to knit this heart shape. And if you knit a small, if you knit a big shawl, doesn't matter, it's always the same. So you're going to start here with a garter tab cast on. Hope you can see that. that part is a garter tip cast on. And then you're going to knit top down, like in this directions. And when you're here at the tip, you're going to put all those stitches on hold. Then you knit this border first. Put some stitches here on hold and cut off the yarn. And you start here again and knit this border. And the last thing you do is this little tip. I want to throw in a special thanks to my Patreons who help me a bunch and support me like no one else does. And if you would like to become my Patreon and support my work, I'm going to give you the link to this membership below. Thank you. All right, let's have a look at what we need, okay? Here, of course you need yarn, and I'm going to make a small one just with some scrap yarn. I'm going to talk in another lesson about all the yardage and what you can choose and pick and add together. If you don't want to miss them, subscribe to my YouTube channel and maybe put even on this notifications. Of course you need needles. I always knit on circular needles, and I have a set where I can change the cables and I can change the needle tips. It's very helpful, especially for knitting yarns. Depending on how big you want to make it, you need to adjust the cable length. I would always start with a small one, so much easier to work with. And your needle tips need to fit to your yarn. So I knit the fingering weight yarn on 3.5 millimeters or US4, but that's kind of your own choice, okay? Whatever works for you, whatever gives you a nice texture. As you put stitches on hold, you either need a cable to put stitches on hold, and if you have a set like this, you need those endings. Or you can also work with some scrap yarn. That's super fine too. It doesn't matter, whatever works best for you or what you have. If you have a set like this, you can just unscrew one of the needles and put the end on hold, or you can work with a straight needle. That's only for the border. You will need 4 stitch markers. That's just the key to, you know, unscrew those things and put on again. Of course, taper the needle for sewing in the endings, or also putting it on scrap yarn and some kind of scissors, you know, to cut the ending. Alright, I hope that was helpful for you. So if you like this pattern and want to knit it, it's available in my Ravelry shop. Another way to stay in the loop and also follow a bit more along my journey is signing up for my newsletter, and I'm going to put you the link below. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you really enjoyed it, and yeah, I wish you happy knitting.